Greetings and good day, YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in Area 51, and where that is today is going through and unlocking everything we need to unlock, which, as you can see, we have 50 out of 90, so we've got to go through a couple of missions, and we are going to go through. Hopefully we won't have to, but if I do, I'll look up a walkthrough to get everything. But I think I'm just gonna chill and do all this stuff in like order until we get it all done. Like just a very casual run through. We'll take our time. We're not in a rush. We can skip cutscenes, all that kind of stuff. Today's idea was, well, I don't normally do 100% runs in a game unless it's something I'm really passionate about, or it's something like this, which is a relatively short game and I beat it on the day I played it. I'll dive in and go from there. I also want to make sure my audio is good.
This is Area 51 after all. Follow me, specialist.
Not a second playthrough, it's just a 100% thing where I'm going to the areas that I didn't collect everything. Ask me anything. Today's the first day we're doing one of these because of how chill today is gonna be. Right? I might not have an answer that will be satisfactory.
Good. Let's load out the rest of your equipment. I know you don't carry a gun in the lab, Cole, but the standard issue at Area 51.
Sir, with all due respect, you should be moving along.
So that's shot. But yeah, today's one of the rare days where we're going to be chill as fuck. I only got 3 hours of sleep because I was reading a story and I got sucked into it. And I went to bed at 11 and woke up 3 hours later. So this, you can classify this as a second playthrough, but it's not. It's more of a, like I said, just collecting all the secrets. It's so weird after watching the speedrun we watched, where the guns are so zoomed in and stuff like that. Like it feels like the screen was zoomed out more.
And we'll have a little shooting contest.
Also, pistol ammo, we don't get a lot of pistol ammo, and the pistol I think is one of the stronger weapons in the game.
Okay, cool. First one to hit all 5 targets takes home the prize.
Anything I think we'll announce get at TwitchCon. Well, they're probably gonna say they're gonna change a couple of settings here and there. They might talk about how they've made the addition where you can choose an option to, if you ban somebody, then they won't be able to watch the stream anymore. Which is awesome, you know. So people can actually get like they're actually punished for getting banned. They might talk about that, but that's the thing that's currently in beta right now. So I don't know.
Okay, gentlemen. Let's
hopefully they won't do what they have a tendency to do and just announce a certain change here and there and be like, all right, this is what we decided to change, and then it's like, nobody asked for that. Why?
It's about time. You guys done goofing off?
Actually, you know what I might do? Well, regardless of the ban evading, right? I'm probably gonna actually look up a walkthrough of this so we don't miss anything. The ban evasion stuff, that's like, it is what it is. But what it normally is if I were to ban you, you'd still be able to watch the stream, right? But if I ban you, it prevents people from doing that. It's less for the people that are going to ban evade and more for the people that, like, I think it'll actually get people to realize they should have a better online etiquette when it comes to stuff like this. Because a lot of the time, people would just purposefully go to streams just to fuck around. Like, they might even like watching the streamer, but they'll be a dickhead till they get banned, and then they'll keep watching them. Because there's no real punishment. But if they can't watch the streamer they normally like watching, maybe that'll make them go, oh, fuck. Maybe I shouldn't be a dickhead anymore. At least not on the streamer that I like watching. It is optional. It is optional. I clicked it on because the only things that I've banned so far have been bots. Not that it matters, but I kind of want to keep it on, right? Because of how hard it is to get banned in my channel. You know what sucks? When you look up Area 51 collectibles and you get, like, collectibles revolving around Area 51. No, Area 51 game collectibles, jackass. Yep, there we go. Alright, so. Where they appear in the database, not where you find them. So we might be doing a little bit of back and forth before we continue on with the mission. Okay, so we can do all this before we go after the saboteur. And this will have spoilers in it, by the way. So if you haven't watched any of the previous parts of this, was it a two-parter? Yeah, it was a two-parter because I did a marker at the 3-hour point. I did beat it one day, but I did 2 separate markers. Got it. That's what I did. I remember now. I remember now. So we get our scanner, and then we could run around and get the collectibles for this area.
They've called out the fire crews.
Also, this area is the worst offender for these black boxes, and I cannot change it.
Cole, it's our mission specialist. You'll need your scanner.
Also, I recognize some of these voices. This is the first scan of this area. Now, you see in the right-hand corner, I didn't notice this. I didn't notice this until like near the end of the playthrough. But I probably would have been able to collect everything if I had noticed the scanning thing, because it's telling us how close we are to something. There it is. We can't skip this. But yeah, I don't remember what option you go down to click it, but it is like, it's like one of the things for automod and stuff like that. You click it on, click it off, what have you.
Most of our men are down below, leaving us understaffed. Ramirez, I know this isn't your line of work, but I need you and your team to help in the search.
Okay, man, we'll break into 2 groups. Cole, go with McCann. Me and Crispy will handle the copter bay. Let's roll. We gotta search the shooting range area. Look for anyone suspicious. All personnel to remain at their stations until further notice. Base under full lockdown. All personnel to remain at their stations until further notice.
And then we can use this to get over. Nice. Nice, 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 nice.
Cole, we gotta check the range area.
But yeah, if I ever like... If I ever get lost with my scanning stuff, I'll just do that. Also, this is so scripted, we don't have to worry too much about, you know... anything. We can just run forward after watching that speed run. There's also a computer somewhere I need to scan, I think.
Cole, I'll circle around. You follow him. We'll catch him in the crossfire. Base on full alert. Unauthorized agent is bald and wearing spec
That's a heart rate.
We gotta find this guy.
Yeah.
Make your
It's
way through that
scripted. We're
alley.
fine. Something over here then. I think. No? Where is this? Okay, hold up. Room behind the firing range. Small alley on the side. Okay. So we did the canister.
We gotta find this guy. Make your way through that alley.
Maybe it's on the opposite side. Maybe that's what's messing me up. So weird to have L2 on crouch. Rude. Return to the lair and report. That was one of the Illuminati people. That was one of the Illuminati people. Or one of the clones. One of the whites.
Man, what is going on? Government's got.
I still can't get over how he took his helmet off.
Scary biotech.
There's quarantine. The dude just died, and he's got green blood. And your first instinct is to take your hazmat helmet off.
Bother. There's nothing here. I'll explain when I get there. Out.
No wonder why you're the first to die.
At least we protected that truck he was after. Wonder what it's carrying. That's so.
The virus.
Time to go. Let's go, Cole.
Our secrets must not escape. Return to the lair and report.
And then there should be one more thing to scan. It actually is a health syringe thing I gotta scan, it seems like. I think anyways. Yeah, there's one more thing to scan.
Time to go. Let's go, Cole.
Hold up. The syringe is like the only thing we haven't scanned, right? Canister specifications, yes. XM88, yes. Skin type, yes. Laptop, yes. Before or after you chase the saboteur through the small alley on the side of the firing range, go back to the shutter you came in from when you first started the game. Under the pipes. Under the pipes. The shutter that we come through when we first start the game, which is over here, and the pipes are over here, so we go under there, and then we scan this bad boy right here. Alright, now we're good to go. Now here's the question. Could I just say quit? No. Let's get a save going, then we could quit.
Let's go, Cole.
and go through. That's what we're basically gonna do. We're gonna make sure a save happens, then we'll quit, then we'll see where we need to go from there, and then we'll progress forward.
Colonel Vate, please report to the Hazard Command Center. Colonel Vate, please report to the
Colonel Vate. Also,
Sir, you are not cleared for this area.
Time to go.
it's probably not a good idea to keep that shit over there, you know? He's gonna transform into one of those alien bastards. One of those alien zombies.
Good work, Cole. I'm glad you're part of the team.
Dan, we sent a team to recover whatever was left of the body. You'll have to tell me more about it on the way down.
Okay, man. The elevator should be fixed. Let's move out.
Okay, Bravo. We lost contact with Haz Team Delta 16 hours ago. Link up with them and report your status. Godspeed, gentlemen. We're counting on you.
We hope you enjoy your stay at Area 51, America's foremost covert government resort and spa.
Frisbee, shut the hell up.
I still love, out of all the characters in this group so far, the one that has the death that is like the weakest is definitely the dude with the glasses. And why I say weakest is because he gets his fucking head ripped off by a mook enemy. Well, at least the other two get fucked up by a boss.
Into the base,
Can't skip this
I
apparently.
realized just how large it was. Everywhere we looked, we saw secrets. Spy planes, banned weapons, and a lot of scared people. The virus was designed to hide in its host. Those infected began to mutate in 4 hours, but they lost to humanity.
That's exactly that's the upper area, I think.
The command staff thought they'd responded fast enough, that the protocols had worked, that the virus was contained. The government had no choice but to respond with extreme measures. When we finally arrived, it was almost with a sense of relief. To start the mission, to do something, anything, meant an opportunity to forget what we just witnessed.
You know what? I got a better idea. Instead of doing what I originally planned, after we finish an area, I think what we'll do is we'll stop, we'll quit, and then we'll go over the sequence of that area if we have all of them unlocked, right? So maybe this might be, this might end up being a little bit longer than I anticipated. I thought I'd be getting done with it today, but doing it this way might make it to where we take a bit longer. There is 1 or 2 that I got all 5 on, though. The Ascension. Okay, so 1 of them I got, naturally. So this is Welcome to Dreamland, what we just went over. Wait. So, biological containment canister specifications. Using a liquid methane nitrogen mixture for suspending specimens at an internal temperature of 200. Is it negative 200 degrees? Nitrogen, so yeah, negative 200 degrees Celsius. Titanium reinforced structure for high tensile strength. Composite high strength plexiglass. Each unit is equipped with a remote self-destruct detonation charge. Stand clear to 20 feet before detonating. Before detonation, biological corrosive acid will dissolve specimen before explosive detonation in order to prevent further contamination. Wow. So whatever's in that, they really don't want to fucking get out. Hey, greetings and good day, Rhett. How are you doing today? XM88 Archer anti-personnel turret spec. Hey, I thought you were talking about the thing. It's all good. Happens. Primary armament electromagnetic launcher, EML, with hyperkinetic hard kill projectiles. projectiles composed of 7-gram depleted uranium military-grade saboted slugs. Wow. That's a fucking wicked round. Rate of fire 2 rounds per second per barrel, with an average projectile velocity of greater than 7 kilometers per second. The Archer has a 360-degree swiveling fire arc and is capable of tracking aerial targets. Possible weaknesses: titanium pusher plates and silica bore riders. Huh. Also, we could zoom in. That's pretty cool. Unknown skin type. Human DNA chains have restructured, resulting in extreme and rapid cellular mutation. Pathogen, highly evolved variation of TSE, transmissible, fungiform, encephalopathies, or pathies. This variation appears to attack all organs as well as the skin. Related pathogen families: BSE. I heard that and I thought of Resident Evil immediately, but it's the BSA. Mad Cow Disease, CJD. Not even gonna try. Something Zerdfoot Jacob disease. Pathogen biology, malformed protein molecule, infectious prion. Method of infection unknown. Mortality rate in 6 hours. Huh. So here's the laptop document. These assholes. The Eye of the Initiate, a manifesto for the ages. The greatest secret of mankind is that only one social division has any real merit. We are a vast divided room, a darkened cave, wherein one in millions holds a candle by which to see. This great secret can be expressed in many ways. Evolution is not progress, it is adaptation, left to its own. Life would simply exist, content to breed, to chew cud, to huddle together in darkness throughout all of time. The spark of our awareness allows us to work relentlessly toward a single goal. The history of man is a distraction, not worth recording. The history of our order is the only true progress. Concepts of God, equality, nobility, artistic movements, psychological profiles, family, or culture are all simple obfuscation. Freeman, slave, oppressor, and oppressed are all meaningless titles. Only one designator matters: enlightened. We pass the torch of knowledge to one another throughout the long climb of history. We exist to propel ourselves into clarity. The unity may reap the harvest of our labors, but they are only the warm pool of DNA from which we draw our numbers. We are a history-long conversation among the wise, the smallest minority. We are the only agenda. Mr. White. Contents encrypted Stage 2 Black Ops program. Yes, it is. No. The Evil Within 1 should be free this week. Derived from inert polymers and the dinocriotic nuclei of deep-sea bioluminescent dinoflagellants, this serum is the latest military-grade homeostatic agent. The serum is both a blood expander and blood coagulant. The serum prevents a patient from entering shock by providing an inert blood-expanding polymer while chemically attacking the moisture of a hemorrhaging wound. After injecting near the localized trauma area, the serum quickly forms a clot, and the inert polymers greatly aid in skin regeneration. I like how they've done this lore in this game. This is also the first time I've ever read any of this, by the way. And now, the secrets we'll save till, like, the end. And we unlock the secrets by unlocking more and more of the database, I believe. If I say resume campaign... Thought so. So now we gotta go through... Is it deep underground or hot zone? Probably hot zone. Hold up. Yeah. How many do we have, though? Hold up. Which ones do we have? we're missing the last one, which is the new employee name policy. Once you go up some stairs and reach the second floor overlooking the large room with the Area 51 arcade game, you will find this top secret folder on the farthest couch. Stairs, room, couch. Stairs, room, couch. It sucks we have to like scroll up every single time we want to continue, but whatever, not a big deal. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Rhett. I'll definitely make sure I get those free games, because The Evil Within is like, those games are good games. I played them both. Would highly recommend.
You has Team Bravo.
Affirmative. What's the situation?
They keep charging us. We're barely holding on here.
We have orders to pass through here and link up with our Delta team.
Actually, I'm gonna save my machine gun for a little while. Actually, I don't think I need to. I should save the pistol. Whoops. But yeah, you can tell I was enjoying this game enough to play it again. It is amazing how well the old games truly do hold up. Even though this one was short as fuck.
Some of those grenades.
You heard the man. Load up.
Looks clear. For now. Good luck, sir.
We still have guys out there. Let's find them.
You guys be careful out there.
Alright, Steve Bloom. I'll try my best.
Watch it. They have guns.
Wow, what gave it away?
You've got to help me. Let me out. Come on. Come on.
No fucking way.
I think the no fucking way was a little bit early. I think the no fucking way was supposed to happen right after he broke the glass. Or during this part. Also, I guess you could classify that as like a boss level entity, because it took a lot more rounds than they normally take in order to kill him. Oh, this room must be where we need to get our shit. I think it's above me. Upstairs, farthest couch. Oh, that's right. I forgot about the dual wield. You want to know why I keep forgetting about the dual wield? Because it's like, it's not a thing that you physically decide to do. It's something that kind of just happens. Can I scan this? No, I can't. That's kind of a shame that I can't scan that secret. Anyways.
Light 'em up, gentlemen.
I do think it's above us. Yeah, it's on that couch right there. There's no way I can get up here from here, is there? Nope. have to be a little bit more aggressive, I feel, as well. I also need to heal.
Area secure.
No, it isn't.
Hey, Cole, grab a scan of that body.
I don't think we have to grab that scan. So technically a second playthrough of this game would actually be quicker. No, not bad at all.
Clear.
Not bad at all. It does suck that I missed the little scan thing right there. Because I probably would have gotten all these if I noticed that. Alright, we're good. We can now go through the second area's secrets. Love to see that. I always love those lag spikes. Hello? Where the hell did these guys? Okay. That's where they went. I do like how it saves all your scans.
Power's still down. Can you give us a grid on that generator?
So you don't have to scan yourself. Like, you don't have to go through and scan everything in one playthrough. But no. It's been a long while since I've come across a story that has, like, sucked me into the world as much as the story I was reading last night was.
Cole, with me.
I ended up staying up till 11, going to bed, waking up 3 hours later, so it might be a little bit short today. And when I say that, it might be like 3-4 hours. Then again, we'll probably get a little bit of time padding for the way that I'm going to play through this game. Because it's different from how I normally do playthroughs. Mind you, today is kind of just like different from how I normally do gaming in general. Because it is chill as fuck today, like. We're just having ourselves a good old time. We're waiting for the jackass to finish up so we can get through this door. Because of how scripted this event is. I wonder what it is about the PC version that allows that person to travel like they do, because I'm pretty sure we're traveling a bit slower than we should be. That, and I don't think I can actually make the jump. Or I can just get killed because I wasn't patient enough, I guess. That's good to know.
The power's still down.
Whoops. It said press square and I pressed square.
According to the blueprints, you should be able to reach it through an access point at the base of the room.
The Evil Within is like a...
Okay, McGann. You and Cole just volunteered.
I guess you can classify it as a survival horror, but I classify it more as like a thriller type of game, where fighting isn't recommended, especially if you're playing on harder difficulties. It's like a it's like the early Resident Evils more than anything else. The Evil Within 2 is more like combat oriented, but the Evil Within 1 is like, hey, use your head, use traps that other enemies have placed, use your resources to your advantage. There's a couple things that I remember from the Evil Within 1 that I'll have to show off at some point when I do a playthrough of those games. But they're like, they're supposed to give you a maybe not a constant, but a continuous sense of like, oh shit, don't spot me, don't fuck with me, I don't have the resources for this. But once you start to play the game a couple times, you'll be able to like go through it like you would any of the other Resident Evil games, you know? Wow, that almost killed me. Fuck you, game.
Hold on, Cole. Resetting power now. Lines rerouted. Cole, turn the generator back on.
But yeah, it's
Captain, McCann here.
it's a good one.
Power's up and we're heading back.
It's got a really good story. The DLC is apparently really good. Obviously, the DLC is something you have to play like after the fact. Like this, look at this shit. A fucking mook did this to him. Like, wow. How fucking embarrassing to die like that.
Command, McCann is down. Request permission to evac.
Captain, you must proceed with your objective.
That's bullshit! McCann's dead! Did you miss that part? Crispy!
Your insertion point has been overrun. There is no going back. You need to keep moving.
Roger that, Command. Bravo.
What
out.
the hell? We're leaving McCann?
Crispy, we don't have a choice. We need to keep moving. The quicker we do this, the sooner we're all out of here. Stay focused.
So here's a question. This is a little bit of the story is good, but it does have a couple plot holes. Exhibit A. Our insertion point is overrun. What in the fuck are we supposed to do to get out then? We have to clear the insertion port ourselves at that point. Also, regardless of like any other bullshit, eventually you would think that they would run out of people down here, you know?
Crispy, are you clear?
Fuck this!
Crispy, I said.
It's
Clear, sir.
yeah,
All clear.
through Prime, it's free. I saw that. I gotta yoink that still. Free games are free games. Alright, we've completed that area, so now we can go back and read the chapter 2, like, little lore information. But yeah, that's exciting to hear. Another fun fact,
This is Bravo.
24 years ago today,
We're waiting for their orders.
the first anime episode of One Piece was released.
Team Delta uploaded a sit rep to the comm center, but the net's down and we can't access it.
I think I have over 300 games on Epic for free. I've been, like, every
Delta is no longer at that
every
location.
Friday
Retrieve their sit rep and report in.
after stream, so
Bravo out. Okay, team.
Sunday, no, Saturday technically,
Find that comm
but
center.
every Friday after stream, I make sure to log into Epic and get the goods. Oh, also, quit, right? So I have well over 300 games. A lot of them are just like games I might never play longer than a couple of hours. All right, Hot Zone, here we go. The S4 Laboratory Biological Division MLW89473. Laboratory log 05121992 CST 1300. Supervising Research Officer Frederick Henry White. Hey! Phase 4 of the Theta project is progressing well. During our last test with the Phase 4's infectious attack, we uncovered a very interesting development happening within the remains of the victim. It appears that the positive mutagen continued to multiply and fester in the mutilated corpse, becoming some sort of mutagen factory. We look forward to a future test. We will... that's not future, that's further? Whatever. Where we examine the effect of this contagious corpse on surrounding mutant organisms. Alright. Alien propaganda. Internal Affairs and Information Services sent Thursday, July 18th, 1995 at 9:45 a.m. to MLADD USD-1. All. Subject: Urgent Operation Desert Rat. Importance: high. Hell yeah. It has come to our attention that rogue agents under assumed names have begun to use the internet as an underground channel for distribution of classified information as it relates to our involvement with extraterrestrial biological entity, EBE. To rectify this situation, we authorize the immediate creation of false personalities who will be logged onto major UFO message boards and internet relay chat sessions. Once these internet personalities have established themselves, websites supposedly created by these personalities will go live with the sole purpose of discrediting and providing humorous coverage of the unauthorized information. A second set of personalities will also be created to serve as extremist UFO researchers. These people will claim credit for the unauthorized information and transform it using absurd exaggeration to appear hoax-like and nonsensical in the effort to further invalidate the significance of this data to the general public. National Security Information Directorate. This may contain information exempt from mandatory disclosure under the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. It might, the first Evil Within 1, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't remember how the gameplay is. It focuses a bit more on story. Honestly, I do recommend playing the Evil Within 1 to get the story, but the Evil Within 2 is more for gameplay, in all honesty. So I don't know if you'll like the Evil Within 1, but from how you are, I think you would like the Evil Within 2 more. I'm not 100% sure, though. Unknown Artifacts Discovery. USACE 8642A. Exomat Team Field Report. Team Charter Deployment. Santiago, Chile. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure about the gameplay, though. It might be good, but the way that I prioritize games is by story. Even though I really like the gameplay of games, story is kind of... I'm biased towards it. Summary Report, Material Analysis, ILD Pascua, Rapid Nue. Following SATCOM alert, requested spectral analysis and magnetic resonance imaging tests were conducted on site. Survey team reported materials of unknown origin at a depth of 14 meters. Attached readings consist with 1951 Nevada findings. Survey team leader speculates objects were in place in the form of identical oblong polyhedrals, approximately 87,000 years prior to Aboriginal effects to anthropomorphize objects by carving crude faces into stone exteriors. Initial naval contact, Easter Day in 1722. The archived ship journals for Admiral Roggenvie, whatever. Given a high-profile nature of cultural artifacts, recommend leaving objects in place pending further approval. Site should be added to Milstar Recon Trajectory. From Internal Affairs and Information Services, ISD, sent Thursday, May 06, 2004. I almost said 2024. It ain't there yet. 12:45 p.m. to R. Brannon, MLADD, USD-1. Subject: urgent. Use of non-authorized propaganda. Importance: high. For official use only. Mr. Brannon, you are in direct violation of Personal Conduct Code 56486-4-3A. You are ordered to remove all and any non-authorized propaganda that is applied to your vehicle security. Applied to your vehicle. Security has indicated that you have a bumper sticker mocking the relationship between alien life and the U.S. government. Our policies are meant to avoid public scrutiny. and investigation by maintaining a low profile on such subject matter. Fail to comply will result in your immediate termination and removal from the premises. Internal Affairs Information Services Directorate. New employee stuff. Memorandum from P. Vaden, Groom Lake Facility Director, to new employees. Welcome to our facility. If you are here, you are indeed a unique, talented, and trusted individual. Only the best of the best come to Groom Lake. Your presence here is appreciated, and your silence about what you see here is, of course, expected. Internally and externally, there are many interesting nicknames for the Groom Lake Military Facility. Some of these include Area 51, Dreamland, Watertown, The Ranch, Paradise Ranch, Station 3, The Box, Air Force Flight Test Center, Attachment 3, AFFTC Det 3. Please use Groom Lake or Groom Lake Military Facility in all official documents. Thank you, and again, welcome. Sincerely, Colonel P. Vaden, Groom Lake Facility Director. Obviously, I'm a story guy. I'm literally going through each one of these areas like, oh, we got to get all these things for the search, and then we can come back and read it all, right? So that's why it's probably going to take me a little bit longer than I anticipated. Instead of doing what I was going to do, which is go through and get them all and then read them, it kind of puts into perspective of when we're supposed to know the information we know about, right? Now, mind you, technically this is something that we should only really be going through after we beat the game, because the entire time we don't have enough time to read what we gotta, like, go, do this, do that, do this, and then we could look through our shit. But I like doing it this way because, you know, it just feels better, the search. Alright.
I hate leaving McCann behind, but I know we have to move on. If we don't stay focused, we'll become part of the body count. God only knows what the hell that thing was. I grieve for McCann, but I can't help thinking, am I next?
Command, this is Bravo. We've hit Blue Sector. We're waiting for their orders.
Bravo, this is Command. Team Delta uploaded a sit rep to the comm center, but the net's down and we can't access it. We need that report. I am transmitting the coordinates to the comm center. If Delta is no longer at that location, retrieve their sit rep and report in.
Roger, Command. Bravo out. Okay, team. You heard the Major. Find that comm center. Covering position. Fire at will. Move it!
I wish it would give me the collectibles in order that you see them, not in order that they show up. Hold up. Alright, hold up. Let me I basically have to read every single one of these before we go through, because otherwise I might go to... Again, we could do it over again. But then again, it is a linear, so I shouldn't be too concerned. Because here's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to end up diving on into it, and if we see the scan thing, we'll take advantage of it. I'm gonna wait till they throw that grenade, because I don't feel like getting killed over. Yeah, there it is. So it's scripted that they die, because that grenade blows up as soon as it hits the ground, I feel. We got our first scan, apparently. Yeah, you're gonna keep saying that for a minute.
Enemy neutralized.
Command, this is Bravo. We've retrieved Delta's Citra. Sending now.
Bravo. It appears Delta's last intent was to secure the weapons testing facility and hold until relieved. Go get them. Command out.
Let's get going. We get Delta, and then we extract.
Rude.
Take point and move it. Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's a tube we have to scan that he talks about later. That's later down the line, though. Fuck off, man. I'm trying to... find out where we go to scan this shit. Oh, this is so annoying. Do they just keep spawning? Is that the problem? Is that it? No. You know what's so annoying? The best one I've found it's like giving it. It's like just tell me how to get it. It's not. It's like adding too much information. I always hate when people do like walkthroughs like that, where they like, oh, you have 38 different ways to. Just tell me the one that's easiest, please. There we go. It might be that it's below me or something like that. I also just like how they constantly send enemies after you. Oh. Okay.
Base operations, we need backup. Hostiles advancing in our position at hallway 5. We are seriously outgunned here. Repeat, backup requested.
Cole, the comm center is over there. Scan the computer. We'll cover you. Cole, you can't proceed without that secret from Delta. Scan the computer in the comm center.
So it is above. Like I'm reading this walkthrough on the side, and it's going through like, oh, you could help the people down there fight, or you could just do. I don't need to hear that. I need to hear, all right, you're gonna go down this hallway, turn right on this door, and then do this, and then do that, and then, you know.
That shipwreck from Delta. Scan the computer in the comm center.
Gotta step away for a moment. Might as well run a couple minutes of ads while I do, and I'll be back to try and figure out where the hell this shit is at. Be right back. Alright. The other thing we could do is just go through the level a couple of times, but some of these levels are pretty fucking long, you know?
Sending now.
Bravo. It appears Delta's last intent was to secure the weapons testing facility and hold until relieved. Go get them. Command out.
Let's get going. We get Delta, and then we extract.
Like, why isn't it
Yes, sir.
Area clear, sir.
showing is my problem. Hold up. Oh, I think I know what that's for.
No contact, sir.
Because I'm pretty sure we go into the other room.
Thank God. You showed up just in time.
Sergeant, have you seen another hazmat crew down here?
Yeah, you're headed in the right direction. My team's orders are to secure this area. We'll cover your 6.
Thanks for the assist. Okay, moving out!
Weapon jam!
Well, you better fix that.
For duty.
I'm on it.
Secure!
I should go get the shotgun.
Base under full lockdown. All security personnel report to designated ESCON perimeters.
Look out!
All clear!
Sir, you might want to take a look at these jars. Stow it and move it, Crispy. But sir, I think those are tracks. Keep moving, Crispy. Roger that.
Take positions. Help secure this area.
We might have to go through again this level just to get that scan. Taking a lot of damage here. Bitch.
I thought we were dead. You saved our asses. We owe you one.
Okay, let's keep moving. Go!
Here's the problem. I think that gets us to the next area. I'm gonna be stubborn for a minute. Gotta be above us, maybe? Because it shows what we can scan when we look at it.
Go! Let's get a move on!
No, I thought so, but still.
No contact, sir.
Hmm. Rude. I'm gonna have to do this again, I think, just to read where it's at, because I'm being a mite bit lazy right now. Okay, so that just instantly kills. It's good to know. Hopefully it saved our scans. It should have. So, number 3. Pictures of human oddities. You have 2 ways of getting this one. Ah, so we gotta shoot a fire extinguisher in order to... do that with way number 2. Okay. That's not that bad then. It's the search, right? It is. Beautiful. A checkpoint 3 to search and see what we get. Because checkpoint 3 should be like close to the end, if not the end.
Good job, Cole. Pass that on to Crispy.
hate leaving
The balcony! Rush the balcony!
Ow. Wait. So that's interesting. It doesn't seem like it gives us the doors if we go to checkpoint 2 or anything like that. So we have to do it like from the beginning. Weird. Weird.
Covering position! Fire at will! Move it! Cut it out! Watch it! Grenade!
We dead? Yep. Okay. So we can't do that, unfortunately, but I wanted to test it to make sure. So we go up to the glass, then we back up.
Fire at will! Move it! Grenade! Go! Go! We need backup! Hostiles advancing in our position at hallway 5. We are seriously outgunned here. Repeat, backup requested. Comm center is over there. Scan the computer. We'll cover you. I'm reloading! Engaging hostiles! Cole, we can't proceed without that chiplet from Delta. Scan the computer in the comm center.
There it is. We can hit that if we want to, but...
The comm center is over there. Scan the computer. We'll cover you.
And that should mean we can quit. Alright. Hell yeah. Mites, one of the first experiments with mutagen involved Dr. Cray dropping a single drop into common insects. Ants, ticks, dust mites. It is unclear which species these grew from, though it is likely either the deer tick, Exodus scrapularis, or the brown dog tick. However, employees usually refer to them as mites. Their exceptionally aggressive behavior was bred for land war use. Unfortunately, they have escaped the lab and are now a horrible nuisance. Alien autopsy stuff. Dissection of specimen subject 4839-3665RW, S4 Laboratory Biological Division, MLW 89473. Procedure transcript 07051947 CST 1300. As you can see, the extraterrestrial subject in this case is fully intact. All external appendages and internal organs have been preserved. The skin of the subject contains an unusual pigment similar to that of bioluminescent cephalopods. Some of the pigment is arranged in vein-like structures. The initial incision emitted a faint gas. The other was quite repugnant and lingered throughout the duration of the procedure. Cleaning back the epidermis, we noted the lack of fatty tissue along with an unusual striation pattern in the dense muscle fiber. The circulatory system is composed of a primary and secondary heart, each containing 4 chambers. It is interesting to note that the primary heart arteries supply plasma to the brain area only. The secondary heart supplies plasma to the rest of the body. The bronchial tubes are lined with gill-like filters and lead to a honeycomb-like compound lung structure. The digestive tract appears simplified with an organ that appears to function as a kidney and liver. There do not appear to be reproductive organs on this subject. Note, previous subjects retained some sort of vestigial reproductive organ. Examination of the skull area reveals a 3-lobe brain-like mass, nearly 3 times the size of a human brain. The optic nerves are attached to the smallest of the lobes. The small lobe itself seems to serve as the central cortex for the whole brain itself. The remaining lobes also contain phosphor-filled bladders. The eyes are unusual in that no pupils exist. The cornea is quite large and covers the entire surface of the eye, leading to greater peripheral vision. Ocular muscles are absent. Vision tracking is similar to that of hawks. The palms of the hands also contain a liquid-filled bioluminescent bladder. Upon puncturing the bladder, the liquid sprayed against Dr. Jacobson and caused severe chemical burns to his face and hands. The resulting gas from the reaction caused an evacuation of the laboratory, as several nearby lab assistants collapsed under violent seizures. None of those afflicted have survived, and we have suspended any further exploratory autopsy. Wow. S4 Laboratory Biological Division MLW89473, Laboratory Log 03151988 CST 1500. Supervising Research Officer Matthew F. White. We have entered Phase 4 of our genetic engineering research. This is a critical juncture and our most aggressive. While Phase 1 met with some early success, Phase 2 proved to be near disastrous as one of the subjects managed to escape containment. While the subject was never found, we are convinced that its condition left it vulnerable to common bacteria. Phase 4 attempts to attain extraterrestrial affinity through use of impregnated surrogates obtained through our joint Terran EBE abduction raids of desolate populace. The surrogate births are accelerated to produce a mature embryo. Extraction of the embryo is accomplished through the termination and quick evisceration of the surrogate. All remaining biological material is destroyed, including the surrogate and any personal possessions that were with the surrogate during abduction. Nice. Unknown life form. Non-human DNA chains 242 extra chromosome base pairs. Embryonic fluid base around, on an unknown organophosphate. Unclassified cellular organisms transport nitrogen and ethylene glycol to artificial grown blood vessel analogs. Plasma type fluid, possible blood replacement rich in nitrogen. Stereotypes show evidence of a cloning. Oh shit. Vecto work order. Work order 09232004-1100. Department Biological Analysis Laboratories, Weapons Division. Request submitted for 10,000 clear polycarbonate titanium reinforced biological specimen containers. This shipment must be delivered by the end of the week in order to transport the remaining organisms that were responsible for the incident at the decommissioned Green River Launch Complex. These specimens must be handled with extreme care, as they are very much alive. We believe that vectal containers filled with phosphor-enriched cattle bile should be effective in neutralizing the organisms for safe shipment to Area 51. These are probably the things that kept killing us. They get bigger. 1 and 2. Okay, so saucer ship schematics. You can find this item on one of the boxes in the room where your team is killed. Behind the boxes on the left of the bloody window, and a star chart and pyramid alignment. You can find these items top secret folder near a large box that is to the right of the room with a sign that says chemical storage. When you enter the large room from the start of this chapter, it is right after the door on the left. right after the door on the left. They get bigger, right?
I'm always surprised by man's ability to survive even the most hopeless of circumstances.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely won't be staying up today.
We've got to find our way through here. Can you show
Tired
us the
as
best
fuck.
way?
The controls are upstairs.
Hi,
We're
Steve
not
Bloom.
having much luck getting to them.
Cole, find your way into that control station and open up that door.
Alright, there's chemical storage. To the right of the room.
Cole, you're gonna get yourself killed! Get back here! You make it, Cole! Go! Now! Now's your chance! Base under full lockdown. Threat condition Alpha. All security personnel, please report in. Cole, find a way up top and get to that control room. Base under full lockdown. Threat condition Alpha. All security personnel, please report in.
That was a little annoying.
Area secure.
He says as more spawn in.
Clear.
How did that do that much damage? Oh, because he dropped down right in front of me. Never mind.
Take cover! Hostiles are coming through the door! Suppressing fire! Suppressing fire! I'm pinned down! Where are you? I need your help now! Cole, we can use some covering fire! Shit, that engine's gonna blow! Clear the room now! Cole, take cover! Move it, move it!
Emergency fire doors are now closing. Evacuate to a predetermined safety location.
Hurry! Cole, hurry! Get over here! Hurry! You can do it, Cole, hurry! Come on! Son of a bitch! Ugh, you're screwed with the capital S.
Again, I still love how close they get to this enemy.
Override switch for... Shit, what was that? What the hell is that? Crispy, where are you? Base under full lockdown. Threat condition Alpha. All security personnel, please report in. I feel like shit, Cole.
My suit's fucked. I gotta get out of this. It's hard to breathe. Cole! Help me!
Rude. Make sure we get full health.
Command to Has Team Bravo. Status report.
This is Cole, sir.
Specialist Cole. Where's Ramirez?
Dead, sir. They're all dead.
Has Team Bravo, we did not receive your last transmission. Say again.
So let's see how close, like, look at how close this
Team
was.
Bravo, we did not receive your last transmission. Please, say again.
Even getting hair, that's way too, like, way too close, man. You know? Way too fucking close. What's the next chapter? We gotta read it. We gotta read the lore for the that we gathered from the other one. The Last Stand, chapter 6. How many chapters are there? 19. Groom Lake, Nevada, from the Offices of International Affairs and Information Services, ISD. Prepared for President Ronald Reagan, April 1st, 1984. The Groom Lake Weapons Testing Facility was the next campus to be constructed after the hangar area. After the development of the U-2 spy plane, there was extreme pressure from John Foster Dulles, the Secretary of State under President Dwight D. Eisenhower, to develop a high-altitude weapon payload system suitable for the U-2. Technology that we recovered and restored from a crash incident in New Mexico became invaluable in jump-starting our efforts into early beam and direct energy weapons. The weapons facility was constructed and tuned to handle testing of such weapons. The facility was rebuilt in '67 after a weapons test resulted in a runaway chain reaction. The reaction phase shifted the molecular structure of the support beams, causing a devastating collapse and inflicting serious casualty. Among the dead were Victor Hellman, Dr. Winston Cray's technical assistant, and weapons propulsion specialist, Anna Lenowitz, weapons project leader, and wife of Frederick Henry White. Lately, the testing facility has been home to the Aurora Weapons Project. Interesting. Lab report, biochemistry analysis, July 14th. Department of Molecular Biology, Massachusetts Research Labs, Boston, 02114, USA. Unusual metal ion catalyzes in a archyltransferase ribosome. Kinetic tests of wild-type ribozymes suggest that a pair of tandem GD wobble-based pairs adjacent to the reactive. How much of this is just them saying big fucking words that don't mean anything, I wonder? Reactive center constitute the metal binding site, result in a highly inconsistent with recent crystallograph studies showing that tandem wobble-based pairs are moderate binding sites for metal examines. Results may have significant implications for understanding the mechanism of protein synthesis. Note, most studies of the roles of catalytic metal ions and ribozymes have focused on inner sphere coordination of the divalent metal ions to the substrate of ribozyme. But it is important to consider the possibility of outer sphere coordination of catalytic metal ions in ribozymes. Results suggest that sample data was corrupted or equipment was improperly used. Request retransmission of sample data or shipment of actual core sample for data collection on site. PubResMed 9445727 not cleared for Medra's line. Public Ebola tests, partially burned memos. Memo 1, measure an average infected population spread rate of 2 miles per week if undiagnosed. The alien virus is very virulent and contagious. Its symptoms including high fever, headache, muscle ache, stomach pain, fatigue, diarrhea, ending with the patient experiencing chest pain, going into shock, and then dying within a certain amount of time. Probably like 6 hours or something like that. Government in Congo, Brazzaville? Okay, yeah, no, they're just making shit up then. And it was reported 64 dead in the districts of Kel and Mabomo, with, unlike the first test in Sudan and Zaire in 1976, civilian health officials named this new virus after the Ebola River in Zaire. There, the mortality rate of 54% was. This is the second memo. Blamed Jenkins for the mishap, which is a reasonable conclusion. This new dry version of the alien virus, while not as virulent or contagious as the wet version, is very effective when inhaled. Placed within the Bacillus anthracis, the anthrax host organism. Infection can occur in 3 forms: skin, inhalation, and gastrointestinal. Key targets were missed because of the choice of conveyance. Only Lei and Dachel payloads had mild success, yet early discovery led to containment. My recommendation is to blank. I always hate when they do stuff like that. I get why, but like, it's so aggravating when I don't get the full story. Also, there's more stuff here we could read too. Our research has moved into the next phase. Our next step is to gather persons who have become infected with the strain of monogavirus, now commonly known as Ebola, that we released in. Okay, yeah. So basically, it's just more. It's expanding upon what we just read. KGB research information. From Information Services, Russian Division, sent Tuesday, October 3rd, 2003, 12:05 a.m. to the MLADD USD-1. Subject is the recent translation of KGB UFO investigation. It's of very high importance. For official use only. We have translated the bulk of the documents and files. All seem to be standard eyewitness accounts and indirect testimonials. We are including an excerpt from a document dated June 24, 1987. This documents the recovery of a partially destroyed craft found 200 feet below the area in Tunguska, Siberia, where in 1908, 850 square miles of forest was flattened, followed by a massive shock wave that caused seismic vibrations for as far as 600 miles. I was going to say 600 miles away, but apparently not. Up until 1981, the accepted belief was that a large meteor was responsible. In 1981, a new expedition set out to explore the cause of severe seismic activity in the area. Apparently, the activity resulted in the collapse of a deep cavern It is in this cavern that the ship was found. The assumption by the Russians was that the craft impacted the Earth at such a velocity that it burrowed 200 feet into the mountainside. However, the theory was soon overturned as contradictory evidence was discovered once the craft was excavated and moved to a large and remote Siberian military base. Carbon dating of the rock embedded in the craft's alloy skin. I don't think they actually can carbon date rock. Hold on, Google, 1 second. No, normally whenever they carbon date the rock, they carbon date the shit that's around the rock. Sedimentary rocks can be dated using radioactive carbon, but because carbon decays relatively quickly, this only works for rocks younger than about 50,000 years. Never mind then. And that's with sedimentary. So, rocks embedded in the craft's alloy skin show the sample to be 10,000 to 11,000 years old. Other surrounding rock samples at the depth are carbon dated at 19,000 years old. The position of the craft was found to be nearly level with the surface, which would be impossible to achieve during a chaotic impact at high speed. Furthermore, several pipe-like structures attached to the craft were embedded in the surrounding rock as its anchor to provide minerals to the occupants of the craft. These discoveries pointed to an astonishing conclusion. The craft did not crash into the mountainside. The craft was purposely inserted into the mountainside 10,000 to 11,000 years earlier. Further investigation revealed a cause of the destruction and resulting shockwave in 1908. Damage found on the craft was limited to the top rear quarter and not the bottom. The molten damage to the alloy skin and the rock bed above the craft resembled the effect of a directly applied, highly concentrated heat source, much like that of a powerful laser or particle beam weapon. It is possible that the craft was actually fired upon in its hiding position by another craft. This is alarming, as it suggests that more than one EBE species has occupied Earth. Unfortunately, pictures of the recovered craft were not included with the KGB files. We are not sure if this craft is associated with the EBEs that we deal with now. Plus, they could always change how the craft looks, so that the craft look wouldn't really matter, I don't think. Congressional disinformation. From Ministry of Enlightenment and Truth, sent Thursday, March 2nd, 1994, 11:35 p.m. to 2 MSF LWUHK, all. Subject urgent congressional investigation. Importance is high. It has come to our attention that Congressman Stephen H. Schiff, RNM, has become more aggressive in his pursuit for answers regarding the day of initial contact in New Mexico, 1947. He has demanded that the U.S. General Accounting Office, an investigative agency that works at the request of Congress, initiate an audit to locate and gather all records related to the Roswell incident and investigate the handling of the incident. Unfortunately, our plan to release fabricated information through our channels at the Department of Defense have failed to convince the congressman that nothing more lies beyond the current truth. While the General Accounting Office is not under our control, we do have the ability to prevent them from finding sensitive documents that may betray our activities. We need to deter their search. We will supply documents describing a top-secret surveillance project, codenamed Mogul. This will be planted in the Edwards U.S. Air Force Base archives along with a created sample of a radar reflector. The GAO's search should easily uncover this evidence. This should give the congressman the cover-up that he is so intent on finding. Doing a fake cover-up to cover up the real information. One of them. 1 in 5. Oh shit, Project Blue Book is the first one. which once you have changed back to human form, go back to the door you entered this room from, and you will find this item. And then 5 is Gray Experiment Chat Log. After you have changed yourself back to human form, fight your way down the elevator hallway past the many enemies here toward the restricted area door on the far side of this hallway. You will find this item to the right of the floor before you reach the doorway at the end of the hallway, near the second elevator. Alright.
A better death. Is there such a thing? I have to be hallucinating. Madness must be a side effect of the virus.
I didn't do Last Stand. I didn't do Last Stand, I don't think. I'm like, wait a minute. We did do Last Stand. I guess I just had to pick the one thing up. My bad. Oh, what's gonna make me laugh out loud? Sorry, I was a little bit focused on that, Rhett. But yeah, I'm more than alright with seeing something that'll make me laugh out loud. So we gotta wait until that will come down on its own. Fuck, I'm tired. But yeah, what do you got for me, Relatives? I was a little bit focused on that to try and make sure I get all the documents. Bitch. Really? Come on. The hell was that made me fall? Literally just bullshit? Literally just bullshit. Well, let me skip this either. Rude.
My time is precious. You must find Dr. Cray. Only he can prevent your descent into madness. Find the mutagen, and I will ensure Cray finds you.
Mm-hmm. What about it? That boss.
Scanning. Mutagen detected.
Oh my, 50, wow. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Immediately.
That's why. That is ridiculous.
Ah, a survivor. Interesting. I am Dr. Cray, head of the Bioweapons Division. I see you.
That's too long of a fight for a game like that.
You feel your lungs burning. You need to come to me quickly.
Oh yeah, it was, but it was still like ridiculous. Give me... After you have changed yourself back to human, fight your way down the elevator hallway past the many enemies here toward the restricted area door on the far side of this hallway. Wait for it, and we're good to go. This is the kind of shit that I was hoping would happen. This makes it go by a lot quicker. Right? Internal changes, we just need number 4. Which is... Once you reach the checkpoint, watch your back. Go around the corner to the right. And before you reach the stairs, look on the floor on the side of the cage to find this. Floor side of the cage. Well, first we gotta read one of them. All the stuff for that. But regardless of that boss being the way that it is, every other thing, when like messing around with it, was like felt reasonable. A lot of those raid bosses felt a bit well, not a lot of them, but some of them felt a bit ridiculous. But that's all right. Final Director Report. Captain Edward Ruppelt, Project Blue Book, August 1st, 1953. Reason my tenure. New grudge. Of course, now Project Blue Book, but I always liked the original name. Has, as you know, been seriously studying unidentified phenomenon since September 1951. While I've done my best to research all incidents and coordinate activities, I must admit disappointment for being left in the dark by General Garland on many an occasion. Lately, about the Robertson panel report, Bob Olson may be taking over my place, but I do feel I brought a level of professionalism, organization, and scientific seriousness that was underappreciated by my superiors. My recent studies at the Advanced Intelligence course in Denver only heightened my feelings of disillusionment. While we know for sure the recent rash of sightings and second-level close encounters has raised public awareness of extraterrestrial contact, only if we as Blue Book agents share information about sightings and contact with full disclosure within the community, will we ever be able to effectively deal with the aliens and prepare against whatever threat they might pose. I always hate that idea that, like, on the offset, they always pose a threat no matter what. I hate that thought process, I really do. After the huge wave of probes and scouts in 52, I do not think they can be ignored, and I personally cannot stomach the lack of support the panel and the government has given this vital project. If we do not act now, we are doomed. Sincerely, Captain Edward Ruppelt. Like, I just hate that concept of, like, oh, from the get-go, they're bad. Feels like a very American thought. If it ain't American, it ain't friendly. Fucking idiots. And again, you could probably say that about most countries. If it's not, if they're indoctrinated into the culture, then if anyone's not of their culture, they're bad. Central Intelligence Agency, Tuesday, October 3rd, 2003, 12:05 a.m. to the MLADD-USD-1 about the relocation candidate, Green River Launch Complex, Utah. It's of high importance. The decommissioned Green River Launch Complex originally housed our experiments with crustaceous animals and the genetic experiments to increase their aggression. This was our first instance of mutating Earth life forms with the alien virus. Missile Silo provided a convenient environment in which to protect the research. Unfortunately, our first efforts at Terra EBE genetics resulted in the base becoming contaminated with a new biological agent. Apparently, the cow's organs, liver, brain, pancreas, heart, that we harvested to culture the mutated virus began to emit a highly infectious airborne byproduct. This byproduct was later discovered to be a malformed protein molecule, infectious prion, and had properties similar to some highly evolved variation of bovine spongiform and philophytus, BSE. Unfortunately, we found that this variation was not limited to brain tissue and attacks all organs regardless of species. Many of the researchers began to undergo severe hemorrhaging, bodies became twisted with bone-crushing muscular constrictions, indicative of cyanide poisoning. We believe the complex is still contaminated and should not be considered as a candidate for the Groom Lake Military Facility Relocation Initiative. One can only hope that an outbreak such as this should never happen again. It do. Demute chamber warning. We just use this, though, to all biohazard stage 4 lab personnel. Protocol change in all critical infection situations. Commence shutdown of all emergency demute chambers. Demute fluids substantially less effective than the experimental solution being created in the main demute chamber at my lab. Gentlemen, we still need to scrap it and start over. Such is the price of science. In the interim, if you even suspect you have been exposed, alert the closest hazmat safety officer and be prepared to arrive at my lab within 20 minutes or I will be unable to help you. Dr. Winston Cray. 20 minutes to get there. Cray assassination? From Ministry of Enlightenment and Truth, sent Thursday, April 23rd, 1967, 11:35 p.m. to MSF LWUHK, all subject urgent, the impending divisionary lunar event. High importance. For official use only, Directive 294857, assignment tethered offspring. It is hereby decreed that the only offspring of Dr. Winston Cray be approved for termination. Termination shall commence on his son's birthday in this calendar year, which we have determined as next Sunday. The son's termination will be committed in the presence of Dr. Cray during the remote video phone call. It is imperative that Dr. Cray be made to feel overwhelming anguish and helplessness while witnessing the death of his son. This inescapable emotional torture will progress our plans with Dr. Cray and his involvement in the final initiative. Dicks. I thought it was going to be how he ended up in the wheelchair, not. GL SneakerNet, TH log 004451 Julian 030905. Connect Alice Larvin, client 137. Connect Mari Roberts, client 301. Larvin, hey, get your report done. M Roberts. Oh, it's A Larvin. M Roberts. No, the entire department is running behind. Larvin, too bad, you'll catch up. But what happened in D-Lab yesterday? I heard some funny stuff. Roberts, already, you must have heard it from Blaine. Our design engineers cannot keep anything quiet. Larvin, haha, good guess. Would like to see him without a lab coat on, though. Know what I'm saying? Sigh. Roberts, yes, quite. Anyway, we had another near disaster. One of the test subjects woke up a tad too soon. Here she is, a Midwestern mother of 3, out cold on the table just a week after she was last seen, being forced into a white van, somewhere in Ohio. Larvin, oh yeah, terrible. I saw the news reports. Candlelight vigil. I'll be talking to the press. Photos of the kids. It's sad. I mean, I know it was us, more or less, but still, sort of sad from the outside perspective. Roberts, if she hadn't been taken by our people, she would have eventually gone one way or the other. True. So she wakes up. Apparently the anesthetics used by our partners don't always work with some subgenotypes. She's looking around, sees that she's been opened up. Some of her organs are set aside, extra corpus on the operating tray. Ew. Yes. Then she sees them all huddled around. They keep the lights low when they're working, so they're all gathered close, and 8 of them? 8 of them. With their big dark eyes and zero empathy expression, she loses it, of course. Larvin, poor woman. At least up here, we get the cut on them, rather than the other way around. By the way, avoid that blue-gray synovial fluid of theirs if you can. Smell will never come out of your clothes. Roberts, I'll keep that in mind. Anyway, the subject actually runs around the operating theater for a while. The little buggers didn't do anything to stop her. They just watched, with this totally analytical interest, of course. As she was bouncing off the walls, very messy. It's no picnic down here, either. Finally, one of the security guards brings her down. The look in his eyes afterwards was not exactly harmonious. Another case of post-trauma, for sure. Session terminated. Router authority, subsector 04. Huh. Assholes. Alright. So we need to do internal changes number 4. It's a checkpoint one. Let's start with checkpoint 2 and see if we can do this right.
The mutation takes hold.
Watch your back.
I hunger to consume my enemies. They become nothing
around the
but
corner to
fuel
the
for
right,
me.
before the stairs.
I try not to use its power, but
Construction orders! Woohoo! Shit, man. Like I said, probably 3 hours. Oh, life or death, we have a bunch to do. Probably have to go through the whole level. How many chapters are there again? 19? So, life and death and maybe Dr. Cray. And then we might... I know it's early, but like I said, I've only got 3 hours of sleep. And I'm starting to lose... I guess you could call it entertainment value. I like to call it that, I guess. Because like when I'm tired like this, I'm not as engaging. And I like to be engaging. You know? S4 Laboratory Biological Division MLW89473 Laboratory Log 05121998 CST 1300. Oh, it's the date. Laboratory Log 05121998. Got it. Supervising Research Officer Frederick Henry White. After the successful recapture of the escaped Phase 2, we immediately went to work studying the miraculous evolution of this creature during its exposure to the world outside of the S4 laboratory. Examination of both palms revealed a large orifice currently covered with a thin membrane. We assumed that this membrane would eventually rupture and merely serve as a temporary protective cover early in the creature's growth. Slicing the membrane away on the left palm, we inserted an endoscope up through the canal inside the forearm and discovered a powerful organ with muscle cells much like a heart. Inside this muscular organ were several glands. Containing some very curious tentacled organisms. We assumed that if the creature were to mature, these glands would secrete the organisms into the muscular organ and be forcefully ejected out of the palm through the canal in the forearm. What these organisms, parasites, will do once ejected is not clear at this point. Examination of the creature's back revealed that patches of skin not covered by the same hair found all over the body. Blistering of this skin seems to have damaged the hair follicles in this area. The technician Donald Ansira punctured one of the larger blisters on the creature's back, expelling an airborne organism which quickly sought out and penetrated his body. We believe that this contagion was the cause of Ankara's sudden and aggressive behavior towards all other technicians in the room. Further work on the creature has been delayed as we await the removal of the victims and their remains from the laboratory. We have posted several position openings for laboratory assistants to other branches of the organization and hope to conduct more research soon. Report on mutant vision. Dissection of specimen subject 7642-1298 GP S4 Laboratory Biological Division MLW4-43892. Procedure transcript on 09/12/2003 CST 1400. After completing the general dissection of the internal organs, we extract the right mutated eye in an effort to understand its deviation from the human eye. The mutated eye is 30% larger and 40% heavier than a normal human eye. The extra weight seems to be attributed to a much denser number of light-receiving cones and rods in the retina. This gives the eye a greater visible light range from ultraviolet to infrared, which may also explain the appearance of a secondary optic nerve. Scleretta coat is yellowish with pigments that are phosphorescent in nature. This results in a slight glow in the eyes and could also be a component of the extended visual range. The corona shape is slightly oblong, which suggests that the mutation suffers from a form of astigmatism, especially in the peripheral vision areas. Dr. Chalmers. I almost wish they had a regular human eye next to it. Like to show, hey, this is what it looks like. Death request form letter. Oh, fuck. Mr. Rosen, I regret the impersonal nature of this request, sir, but due to the workload of our field agents, I must request additional details regarding the Black Level operation. Please complete and return the following. Again, I apologize for the formal nature of this request, but we are dealing with a considerable backlog among our North American operatives. Sincerely, Mr. Reed. Target of operation, last, first, middle, target SSN, social security number, desired objective, termination, coercion, abduction, surveillance. If you check coercion, please provide additional detail. Approved detail, mythology, sleep deprivation, torture, blackmail, extortion, psych terror. Will you sanction involvement of target's friends and or family, yes or no? Additional friend family detail, abduction, death, removal of limbs, scarring, blindness. Do you require a follow-up report, yes or no? That's kind of wild. Alright, be right back. We got 2 more to read, then we could do a couple more gathering, I think. Ugh. Alrighty then. Teletype override priorities 01 traffic incoming. Code sequence A51 event Loki stop. Listening, authenticating, handshake authenticated. Transmitting full message text, stop. Expect potential site compromise. Evaluate situation, if critical, initiate contingency agenda desert bloom. If critical, initiate contingency agenda desert bloom. Full sanitization of site. Sterilize all biological samples. Degrade all records. Terminate all staff. Any and all means authorized. By a highest shard authority, situation must be contained. Retransmit to all Black 04 level command personnel. So this is them getting their orders to wipe out this location, basically. Red Ops information. Confidential memorandum. Illuminatus 7? Yeah. Illuminatus read and delete. To Mr. White. Mr. White, we have been made aware that an outside agent is working his way down and disrupting the infection plan. This cannot be tolerated, and you must make all efforts to eliminate this subject. That's us. We're the subject. Please send a full squad of Dark Ops to handle it. Your usual extermination squad of 1 Red Op leader and 3 Black Ops will not suffice this time. Make sure to have your techs test all the Red Op suits. Some of our new lab-cooked experiments seem to be able to see some of them even when they are cloaked. This obviously reduces their effectiveness at stealth. We gave them the greater intelligence and better tools to serve as very effective field leaders. And I will not have our plans ruined because of some lazy lab coats. Get on it. This is a most critical juncture in our most important endeavor, Mr. White. Do not fail us. Signed, Illuminatus Leader 7. So after internal changes, we got life or death. 2, 3, and 5. Capacity overload orders. We needed the stairwell checkpoint. Make your way down to the bottom of the large area. We can scan a scanner. And then... So stairwell, armor room entrance, and... Start the chapter, go right. Okay, so let's start life and death. Or life or death. We kind of have to go through the entire thing a little bit. Get the key from the corpse in the elevator.
A carrot in front of me. Promise of a cure if I save him. He better be for real. This thing I've become, I don't know how much more I can take.
We need to use a key. Base of the purple pillars, or whatever they're called. Alright, Dr. Cray. I need to get you really fast, but you keep interrupting me, jackass.
Soldiers have blocked your path. Work your way through the maintenance areas and find my lab.
So apparently I was wrong. Let's start this chapter. Go to your right, get the key. There's 2 locations. It looks like we need to get to the base of this area. It looks like that was rude. Scan the scanner. And there's a key somewhere. Alien implosion. And then arm room entrance. This is what they were talking about when they were saying something about, like, it taking 10 hours or whatever for 100% in this game. It definitely takes me longer to 100% games for sure. But yeah, after this we'll be wrapping up for the evening, I believe. It's really early, but I'm just tired. And then tomorrow we'll finish this up. And then we'll probably just chill on Sunday. Next to the walkway where a guy's putting a bomb there, we need to go down a ladder, scan the computer screen on the right when we're down the ladder. Put in the walkway there. Let it save, let it save. Dr. Cray, we only have to do the one. So internal changes, and then we'll, life or death. Yep, Illuminati dollar bill. Please see the enclosed mock-ups for the new US dollar bill, as you can see by applying the Illuminati red hexagram to the image. The all-seeing eye of Horus oversees the other points on the hexagrams. These points spell out the letters ASNOM or Mason when unscrambled. I hate that unscrambled bullshit like that, like those anagrams, what they're called, as a tribute to our Freemason brethren. This can also be seen by applying the Masonic compass to the image. Pretty snazzy, eh? Adam Weshopt would be proud. Let me know what you all think. May Osiris smile upon us all. Reference Great Seal, summary of archive contents, curator's personal note. This set includes a series of what are obviously ridiculous assertions regarding the Great Seal of the United States or the pyramid and eye found on the U.S. currency. A design established by Congress on June 20th, 1782. This file concerns specifically the alleged relation between the Great Seal and various underground organizations rumored to be operating on a global scale. Ask the supporters of this lunacy why such secretive organizations would hide their symbol on currency seen by virtually all of the free world. And they will reply with some nonsense such as the greatest trick the devil ever played was convincing the world he did not exist. Given the ludicrous nature of some of the assertions within, I find it somewhat hard to justify sealing these documents away within one of the most secure archives on the planet. Elliot Mingus, Professor of History and Modern Anthropology, Site Archive Curator. Alright. We'll read the next 4 when I return. All right. Capacity overload orders. Sir, we fear the system might suffer damage if we continue to operate the tubes at the current rate. I cannot guarantee the integrity of the operation under the current parameters. If we continue like this, sir, we could suffer catastrophic losses in the terms of resources and personnel. Hintel. Given that I communicated my wishes with crystal clarity, I find myself questioning your loyalty and your competence. I do not enjoy repeating myself. My directive is simple. Run the extraction tubes in excess of 100% capacity, stay on schedule at all costs. Ensure the transfer of all necessary resources in accordance with the timeline I have provided. Any luxury we might have enjoyed, any regard for conservative operations has evaporated in light of this security breach. Upon completion of the extraction operation, I want you to eradicate everything left in our wake, including our remaining personnel. Mr. White. Servo Arm Manual. Instructions for RSA-41 Biohazard Handling, Containment and Delivery. Proper use of the robotic servo arm. 1. Handling. The large-scale biocanister arm is built to withstand 50,000 pounds of force per square inch and can take temperature extremes from 4 Kelvin to as high as 5,000 degrees Celsius. Okay, you want to know why I know a lot of this shit is just them making shit up as they went along? Because it makes no fucking sense of why they would use Kelvin, and then right after using Kelvin, use Celsius. It can operate on the highest mountain, deepest ocean, coldest Arctic, or the vacuum of space. It is ready for any extreme. However, there are still safeguards one must employ. Do not enter the swing radius of the arm. If the arm detects any resistance, it is programmed to assess it, and either move through it, or remove the obstruction with its saw claw 4000 Defendo limb. These have been repurposed from the Defense Department Crowd Laceration Unit and are perhaps a little too effective at removing impediments. Do not touch the magna rails. Any slight variation in impedance will cause a static burst at the contact point of approximately 36,500 volts and around 4,200 amps. That's the issue. The voltage ain't shit. Like, yeah, you get some voltage, it'll fuck you up, but the amps are what kill you. And I do believe it's less than an amp that can kill you. So, 4,200 amps, bye-bye. Number 2, containment. The RSA-41 is at the leading edge of biohazard containment. Its canisters are made with 6-inch thick transparent thermosteel with a 49,000 joule magnetic resonance containment field. Nothing but nothing can escape these containers. However, since the materials are so hazardous, they must be neutralized should they escape. Should a negative containment event occur, you will have about 0.4 it goes 10,000 100,000 of a second, 400,000, I don't know. Really, like, bullshit, basically. To run before the battleship welding sun core instalaser will instantly detect target and vaporize any biological matter in the area. Any remaining bits not in the direct sight line of the instalaser will find themselves in a sudden vacuum as the side panel of the RSA-41 opens to reveal one of our friend's pocket star microsingularities. The panel is closed again, and a burst of argon, aerated carbolic acid, and nerve gas will fill the immediate 10,000 cubic feet of workspace to ensure no hazardous materials escape. And the entire unit will let go of its releases and plummet through the Holotech safe T-pit directly into the Earth's core. So dumb. Delivery. The RSA-41 would deliver its containers floating on a delicate magnetic field. Should an EMP event occur, endangering the safe transport of the hazardous material and likely implying enemy attack and destruction of our way of life, a dead man switch would trigger the Saturn's column final strike fusion event, creating a small sun consuming approximately 1/4 of the Earth's mass. However, this disruption is highly unlikely, so use your RSA-41 with confident caution. On a delicate magnetic field, should an EMP event occur, it'll take out 1/4 of the Earth's mass. Like, some of this has been like, okay, that's just dumb. That's just fucking stupid, though. Bigfoot, wait, what? Bigfoot canister? We did scan this. S4 Laboratory Biological Division MLW89473, Laboratory Log 0512-1970, CST 1300. Supervising Research Officer Frederick Henry White. While Phase 1 of our genetic engineering research met with some early success, Phase 2 proved to be near disastrous as one of the subjects managed to escape containment. At the time, the subject was never found, and we were convinced that the situation would resolve itself, considering the fact that the subject was mortally vulnerable to common bacteria. Last month, we received a peculiar video from a recent black helicopter raid in the northwest. This video captured the movement of a creature very similar to our early thetas. However, this creature was nearly 3 times the size of our early experiments. We sent the helicopters out again for retrieval of the subject several weeks later, and with the help of the EBE's scanning technology, we were able to locate and retrieve the creature. The creature that was brought in was covered with hair except for patches on the back where the skin had blistered. Upon examination, we discovered the S4 laboratory air tag marking the origin of the creature as our escaped Phase 2 subject. We were amazed at the growth in size and strength of the creature. Further examination revealed the nature of the unusual blistering of the skin on its back. The pus within these blisters was a form similar in biological structure to the mutagen that we have also been developing. What we once saw as a failure has become our biggest success and will propel our program forward substantially. Ironically, this particular failure may hold the answers to our current blockage with the Theta Project. While we were quick to apprehend the creature has unfortunately been caught in the public eye. We've added this case to HC, who is also working on the crop circle subterfuge for the human abduction raids. We hope to have a cover story soon. He's been in a humorous mood lately and wanted to try a fantasy angle on this one, something based on a college football team mascot. And then the alien implosion technology. Report to the Alien Reverse Engineering Subcommittee, Graviton Plasma Implosion Technology. November 11th, 2000, MJ12Q, or above. Alright, these are the grenades. After examining the wreckage of the EBE scout ship on July 8th, 1947, several intact warheads were retrieved and held for examination by Dr. Winston Cray. The initial examination released several radioactive isotopes, killing several scientists and technicians. Further, investigations were held off indefinitely until the half-life of the isotopes was eclipsed, rendering the examination of the remaining warhead safe. After an accidental implosion was triggered on October 3rd, 1997, during a routine examination, the surviving technician noted the high-speed molecular electrical triggers could be accidentally tripped by severe motion. Replacing the molecular triggers with high-speed Triton switches. As you know, Tritons are simple Paratron tubes filled with Krypton-85 gas. Allow the scientists to reliably and safely trigger a high-yield gravitation plasma implosion. Work continues on the miniaturization of such technology for battlefield portable weapons. Perhaps a small enough device could replace a typical fragmentation grenade with something a little more powerful. Dr. Austin James Demirlov, or no, Meyer, MJ12 Tier 2. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 10 left. We have Dr. Cray, Hatching Parasites, Project Bluebick, Lies of the Past, Buried Secrets, Now Boarding, The Greys, Descent, Ascension, which we already did, Last Exit. So we really only have 9 to do. But we do have to read 10. I'm gonna do my ending spiel because, like I said, I'm tired. It's a little bit early. Normally I'd go for at least another hour. But, well, I could continue to push myself through. We'll be finished tomorrow at around like 2.5 hours in or something like that, and then we'll do both database stuff, finish up, and then secret stuff, finish up, and then maybe we'll look at the extras too, just to see what those are. More than likely we'll just do the data bank and the secrets and then be done. Let me write down that we are on chapter 10, correct? Yes, we're on chapter 10. Tomorrow I should be way more well rested because I'm not gonna stay up reading till fucking wee hours in the morning. It's been a long while since that's happened though, you know. Last time I got sucked into a world was, I think, the Alex Rider series or Artemis Fowl. I think it was actually Artemis Fowl. The third book, I think I read the whole book in like a day and a half's time, and I don't think I slept the entire time I was reading. Right? That happens very rarely. I'll get into a world that's so interesting to me that I want to read the entire thing, and I didn't even realize it. I literally started reading at like what, 12:30, and I'm like, I'll read a couple chapters. I look over like at my second monitor, and I'm like, huh, it says it's 11 right now. Fuck. Then I woke up at 2. So yeah, I'm tired. I did have a great time though playing this and getting through the 100%. So since that is going to be it, I'm just going to be wrapping up. We're not going to be doing any ending spiel. Like, we're going to be doing an ending spiel, but we're not going to be raiding anyone or anything like that. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, be sure to become a citizen today via YouTube or the Twitch highlight. Okay, let's try that again, shall we? Let's do my ending spiel proper. Regardless, that is going to be it for me for the time being. For you, YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers, if you're new here and you haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. If you're watching on YouTube, links will be down in the description below through all my links. Exclamation point links like so. If you're watching on Twitch, be it live, the highlight, or the VOD while it's still up there. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch when I go live at 6 p.m. EST EDT Friday through Monday. Invite link to the community Discord where you can always get the most accurate notifications of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late, as well as we can communicate with other citizens of the kingdom. Or whatever else catch your fancy through all my links. Until next time, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.